where there's hitting, kicking, pushing, biting, choking, and sometimes using weapons. And the abuse might not result in visible injuries, unfortunately. The injuries are inside. Then there's emotional abuse. There are insult, humiliation, and intimidation. A big one is forced isolation, where a child will be forced not to share anything with anyone. And here, there's a lot of use of fear and intimidation. And then sexual abuse. Any act that impacts on someone to control their own sexuality and the conditions surrounding it. It can be forced, pressuring one into activity such as no protection or birth control is allowed. That's abuse.
Yeah.
And then financial abuse, using financial power and materials for control. There it is that your daughter has access to all that money. She is learning negative transactions. When love becomes transactional. Or should I say she might be, because mom is not sure, but mom is never wrong. And then there's digital abuse. Emotional abuse using technology. Social media or texting to manipulate, harass, or bully someone. This man can just send a message to say, meet me at such and such a place now. And out of due diligence or allegiance, she obliges, more so that he's the one that bought the phone. They carry the latest phones that we cannot afford as parents. Then the stalking, monitoring, following or watching another person. It's difficult to see the behavior as abuse at first because it is flattering to receive so much attention until you lose your freedom altogether. So mom, explain the difference between lust, infatuation, and love. The above are difficult, or even so much that even adults find it difficult to distinguish. Imagine how it is for a teenager experiencing many new feelings for the first time. The can't eat, can't sleep feelings, goosebumps, and butterflies. They go with infatuation, but not necessarily love. Love takes time to grow, but infatuation may happen instantly. And what I notice with such liaisons or love relationships, there is no time to grow the relationship. Always put the cart before the horse. In no time, it was at a peak, tomorrow it's flat, it is over. So talk realistically to your daughter about sex, which is what most parents fear or are embarrassed about. It is better if your teenager hears the information from you rather than from other people or even their peers. It's best if the topic is a discussion rather than a presentation. Get her point of view also. Discuss the pros and the cons of sex honestly. Don't make them afraid, but be real about it. For instance, you are at school now. If you happen to fall pregnant, number one, who's going to look after your child? What happens to the year that you have lost? All those things. And we discuss ethics, values, and responsibilities. Tie all those with your family's religious beliefs. Let's live a whole life, not life in compartments. And set expectations and boundaries. Let your daughter know these now rather than through confrontation later. Make it normal to just talk about boundaries.